damage like sound. It's not smash again. It's just Say mama bye whenever it goes miss. Just you wanna get no like this you can keep it check. Not far, can't have a song. Okay.
You've got bubbles, this one's fun, it's that things we call them. You've got bubbles, it goes, make this pop to make it's that things we call them. You've got bubbles, what comes, it's what comes, it's never things we call them. You've got bubbles, what comes, make this pop to do things that things we call them.
Alex de Veselio Eminentio.
Emmy's not sound. It's not classic demo. It's just. Say, mama, bye, but everything goes miss. Just a woman can like when she can keep it check. Not far, that was something. Okay.
Well, hello everyone. Episode 274, it's a Saturday. 8 o'clock on the 11th of October. Welcome back everybody, I'm Drift Johnson. This is Latent Space Live. And this is Scuffed Epoch. Episode 274. Welcome back everybody. We're going to continue with a bit of Bunraku dev, because we made some progress last night. It's funny, I'll get into it in a minute. Let's say hello to everybody. Furnica, hello. Battlecruiser operational, liked and subscribed. Thank you for hanging out last night. It was a lot of fun. Dragon Diffusion also checked in, which was cool. Great to see you as well. And here again today in the chat. Evening all. Liked and subscribed, as they say. So, total mystery how the radio is still working. The server's offline. I'm guessing it'll eventually catch up. Or maybe they got the wrong month for the cancellation. I don't know. It's weird. Strong stuff, I guess it's made of. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be taking a look at Meshy, and we're going to be taking a look at the Bunraku collab, which we kept developing. A couple of little things about the animation system. It seems like there's a whole bunch of different approaches which we may or may not take. It doesn't seem like there's any one fixed route. Sometimes people say use external animations which are baked to the model. It's to expand the number of animations is what we're talking about. And so I went ahead and got myself a membership on the Meshy so we can check this out proper. And I've enjoyed it. We turned an old image, an old Sharona, into a 3D model. We're going to have another go at doing that again so we can run through the whole process. You've probably seen it before, but I enjoyed it. We've learned a couple of caveats, which they don't tell you. So you can import your own model, but it has to be under 50 megabytes. And you can export with animations in the model, but must be less than 20 animations, and they use up sometimes 2 slots with walking and running. So that means you only really get 18, and I found that only in FBX, because if you want to do GLB, which we do, you actually only get, I think the most we've managed to get without the website crashing is 14 animations. So it can't actually, So that means you've got to get a more robust way of handling the animations. You can't just throw them all in there and wrap it, So we got external animations library is one candidate. Hello, Full Dive. Hi, how are you doing today? Dragon says, I can make these for free in Blender if you want the pipeline. Yeah, me too, but I ain't doing all that. The whole point is to check out the AI pipeline. I don't know why I say stuff like this, because it should be obvious. But if you want to contribute to the project, Dragon, by all means, give us a advanced thing. But the problem is, like I say, even if you were able to get 100 animations into one model, which you can, now your model is bloated. So that's not necessarily a good idea. So I think the real way to do it is you either have external animations, which are actually like combined with the model in the app, or you have, which is what a lot of places do, new model, new animation. Now I think we can do better than that because it does hold multiple animations, and what I want to do is I want to make a grouping system. So essentially, say she's got walking and running by default always, I want to give, I don't know, 10 or 12 animations of a type. So instead of trying to put, you know, a design, I need this, that for each model. Instead, you have a model which has got a group of dancing. You've got another model which has got a group of talking. You've got another model which has got a group of thinking, right? So I group the animations that I would like to be in each group into a separate model which is the same. We preload all of them and hot swap. That's the best thing I've come up with so far. Because it got to be lightweight. You can't be putting a massive, because I've seen some GLBs, they're like 500-600 megabytes. It's too big. You can't have a model like that. It's nuts. And like I said, the only ways I've seen are either an external animation library, embedding the model, but doing groupings. Like I said, most people are doing it individual. So they actually hot swap the model and the model has one animation. There is no such thing as passing you the Sharona model, Dragon, and you'll see why in a minute. And then bake in animations for me. I just said, like I said, the AI has a state engine. It switches from state to state. Those states have to be randomized. So that means you have to have logic. I'm thinking she runs the same animation 3 or 4 times and then switches to a different animation from the group. So it's, you know, an advanced state engine. It's more than just shoving a bunch of animations into a rigged model, which we can do with this. But what I'm going to show is how we can go from an image with banana into a T-pose. We've done this before with the Comfy UI workflow last summer. But obviously you don't need the control net anymore, so you can just ask for it now. A couple of tips we come along the way. We're going to do face-in painting in Meshy as well, which is kind of cool. Looks a bit weird. It looks a bit like The Sims. So, Dragon, there is no Sharona model. You just get any picture of any Sharona, you put it in banana and say make a T-pose on white, and then you put that into Meshy. It makes the model. You rig it, and you put the anime. See what I mean? It's not like there is no official model for Sharona. I'll show you why. Don't worry about all the blinking lights in the background. We'll explain all of that later. So if I have a look at here, obviously we've got her in the chat here. Tell me a joke, Sharona. She's going to run while thinking.
Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Open mouth smile.
Open mouth smile, and then she's going to go back to dancing, right? So we're trying to break free of this idea of, oh, this is the thing, because we can just make it. We can just make it. So yeah, the first thing obviously you'll want to do is get a banana. You want a banana, and you want an image. Now, I've got some old Sharonas here. I'm trying to find some good ones. I'm trying to find the good Sharonas. Oh. Wow, that's a pretty crazy looking Sharona right there. Could it do that as a T-pose? It doesn't have the legs. Damn it. Need to get a full image with the socks and all. I mean, that's pretty good, but there's birds everywhere. I wonder if it could do it. Let's find out. I'll say, make the woman with white hair in the orange. I don't know if it's a bit of a stretch. I mean, it's not the best picture. Orange outfit into a T-pose on white background. You know, I've seen it do worse, so. Right, let's keep looking. I'm sure I've got, like, good examples. I just need to find them. Sharona, really, though? Video. Eye-to-eye video. I'm obviously using old priors. Oh, it just did it, dudes. It just did it. Look, it just did it. I mean, I can't really argue with that, can I? Do you know what I mean? That's the character. I mean, it won't let you zoom in any more than that, but I gave it a pretty bad example from one of the V5 tests. And then we get our T-pose. So, I mean, can't really argue with that. So if I just go straight to image to 3D. And image to 3D. And let's pick Nano Banana. And we're not going to do multi-view. We are going to do T-pose. I don't think I have to type a prompt. It's going to self-do all of that for me. And it's only 20 credits. I was quite surprised. Orange Harmony? What? This is Sharona V1 now. V1A. So yeah, we're going to create this into Mesh and then add some animations. I've already done, like, the one that we've got on the screen. It's in the app. It's doing the thing. So now I'm thinking about making it a bit more advanced. At the moment it uses one model with 6 animations, which is like basic, you know. A Blender plugin for Meshy, I don't know. But they do have an API, so I would imagine you could interface that way. I don't know what it costs though. When you've got a pro account, they just let you download. To be honest, it doesn't look that... I mean, unless there's some super expensive thing on this site, I don't see how you make up the credits. But well, maybe I'm just, you know... Because it costs like 20 to do that. There we go. So we've got our mesh. And that, apart from her being overly Asian... is about right. I mean, they're more like socks than... But whatever, they're not the fattest. So yeah, fine. Okay. So then we go to the texture, and we use the image input with PBR map on Meshy 5. That's going to cost you 10. So we've got the mesh. Now we're going to texture it with the photo. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, they give you... Yeah, it's... I think they just want people to use the platform because they have actually got good features. It's just no one really covers it, I guess. Or if they do, I don't see it. Look, pay every 3 months and save. I don't even know. I don't even know, guys. I haven't used this platform since January. So as you can see, it is texturing my model right now. We're making a new model. I can't really say if it'll be better or worse than the old one because, you know, it's like Midjourney or any image generation, you know. Could be better, could be worse. But I'm going to show you the process which I went through to make this one. I'm sure you could like do much better with additional processes, but hopefully things don't go wrong. We're 12 minutes in. We haven't broke it yet. I want to see if we can get a 3D watercolor. Because I got some watercolors of this character, right? Here we go. Okay, we got no guns this time, which is good. No guns. She's not supposed to have guns. For some reason, the last one had twin revolvers. This one looks pretty good. She hasn't got the straps, but hey, man, you know what I mean? How many do you need to do to get it perfect? Probably more than one, I'd guess. Now, the face is not that bad, actually. Oh, God. Looks like one side's melted a little bit. That's just specular and stuff. Do you know, it's not actually as bad as last time. But I'm going to show you anyway, because it does look a bit weird, right? So what we did was we went edit texture, and this is actually not a difficult thing. I'm going to face her around like this. Whoops. Just left click, right click, and rotation, you know. And we're going to do brush tool, and we are gonna, you guessed it, have another go at this situation we have here. Now I don't know if I have to, you know, if it's better to include the edges or anything like that. I've only done this once. Oh boy. Oh boy. What just happened? Can somebody tell me? Oh, I used healing tool. Stamp tools, but I must be using the wrong thing. Go back. It must be this. Take brush tool off. What? Free camera mode? What? This is not what it did last time. So, hang on a minute. What the hell did I do last time? Last time it made me, yeah, it didn't do that last time. I've got it on, I must be doing something different somehow. Hang on, how am I, what's going on here? Cancel it. Yeah, cancel it. Right, what's going on here? Edit, was it retexture? Edit texture? No, it was just edit texture. Right. So I clicked on brush tool. Maybe I'm supposed to do AI texture. Ah, yeah. It's AI texture edit. Oh, crap, and then I can't move it. Right, hang on. I'm having interface issues. Give me a sec. So, edit. Right. Rotate it to where it needs to be. Right there. Whoa. AI edit. Right, cool. Now, where's the size of the brush? Okay, fine. I don't get to do that. All right. Do what I did. I used the wrong tool, guys. I used like a healing brush, which is for removing stuff. There we go. Now, I should get... Oh, what's lagging? Ah, yeah, prompt. Right. Okay. An attractive woman face. What do you want? You know? Yeah, it is. Healing is to remove stuff. Yeah, it's like, yeah. I don't know about painting, Dragon. Oh, God, is that better? It's probably not. Why is it giving her a nose ring? Try again. Oh, maybe it's not a nose ring. Maybe it's like an artifact. Right, I got an idea as well. I think I need to increase the size of the mask. It doesn't look, do you know what? It doesn't actually look that bad when I look at the quality of the painting. It's not letting me make the thing. Yeah, I don't care. They're all crap. It doesn't look that bad. Like, one half is good, the other half is bad. And I'm like, that doesn't look bad. Actually, when I look at it like that, it doesn't look bad at all. Alright, how about we just want different lips? Female lips. They're gonna be ginormous. Momo. It's trying though, you know, it's trying to do the thing. Maybe if I, you know, made it smaller, made the mask smaller again. Do you know what? I think you get the idea. You can mask and repaint stuff, you can delete stuff, but again, I actually don't think it's too bad. I just think the specular is too high in this rendering mode. Yeah, there you go. That's actually not bad. The ears are completely scuffed, but I'm not here to make a perfect model. I'm here to improve on my last one, and we have. The last one was kind of shocking. That actually is not bad. Alright. So anyway, where do we go from here? Well, you can obviously do remesh, retexture to your heart's content. We're going to go into rig. We're going to rig it as a humanoid. And yes, you can do doggos. I've never done one though. So obviously start off by setting the midpoint. You're going to be using the offset. This looks good to me, so I'm not going to change it. This is pretty self-explanatory. Do this on yours. So you want to pay attention to the shoulders. Sometimes they're a little bit up and out. Sometimes the elbows are a little bit too far. Like if you have the elbows up the upper arm, the forearms look freakishly long. And I'll do my best with the wrists. But again, that can make the hands look freakishly long if you're not careful. So it's just about proportions. Chuck that in the middle on the Dan Chin-ish, region-ish, belt style. She's got quite a high belt by the looks of it. Knees, it's going to symmetrize your movements, so you don't have to, you only have to do one side. You go for the ankle. And, oh yeah, and the chin, bottom of the chin. There we go. Although, that's not the bottom of the chin, but then I guess that's an orc. I guess you could put it like a little bit, like that face. Okay. You could fix the seams with that method of sampler with denoise and text to image. Perhaps. I mean, it does give you the unwrapped texture, which looks bonkers, by the way, because obviously it was done by a machine. But you could always do things like unwrapping. You could unwrap the model, stuff like that. Repaint it yourself, if you were so inclined. But yeah, a couple of things I noticed is when you add animations, I added a bunch of animations and then I deleted them out of order. And when we came into the app, none of the names were actually lining up anymore. So I would say, if you're going to export and then use the model, to prevent corrupting the names of the animations, do it in one go. You know, like add what you want, don't remove anything, because it seemed to break the registry. Because it's funny, it uses like a clip, some kind of clip reference in the model, not like clip like us, different type of clip. What's that? Dragon says, I dread to think of a UV map by AI. Oh yeah, you want to see it? Well, I think I should be able to show you in a minute. So she's looking good. Yeah, if I go to the texture tab, no, not the texture tab. Where is it? I'll shout about it later because we're making progress. Why is she walking like a cowboy? Herp-a-derp. Whatever, man. Let's give her a hip-hop dance so she's got the basic. I'll just do it in order. Hip-hop dance 1. So I got a concept I'm working on here. Yeah, it looks like she's like super John Wayne style. Oh yeah, buddy. Last one didn't do that. Yeah. Tell me about space. She's running. She's only got like limited answers at the minute, see.
Hash space, the final frontier. Rocket Milky Way. Space is absolutely fascinating. Here are some mind-blowing facts. Hash asterisk, what is space? Space, or outer space, begins about 100 kilometers, 62 miles, above Earth at the Kármán line. It's a near-perfect vacuum
Medium.
with almost no air, extreme temperatures, and lots
Full
of
body.
radiation. Hash asterisk, cool space facts, asterisk. Glowing star asterisk size asterisk.
Dramatic.
The
I know
observable
she's
universe-
going on about asterisks right now, but that's okay.
Thermometer asterisk temperature asterisk
And then you've got
asterisk.
close-up,
Ranges
which is
from nearly
it.
absolute zero.
So the emotion of the conversation changes the camera angle at the moment, but there's only 4. So you can see here the emotion maps: happy close-up, sad medium, surprised dramatic, confused close-up, and you can change this if you want. Different duration for the transitions and whatnot. And then what we added recently was we now have scene controls. So it's just simple at the moment. Black, classic, which is what you normally get with the app, white, and black void, green void, which is obviously for the chroma key peoples. And then she's going on about dark matter. And then the spotlight, which I just thought was cool because, you know, you can do that. But all it really is, if I just stop her talking, she'll start dancing. So the idea is she'll vibe until you talk to her, and then she'll like run, because I didn't have any other thinking animations, but we'll change that, until she talks, when she does like standing talking animations. And of course this is like, the quality of the model is the experience, right? So if you like have a better model with better animations, it is better, but the rest of the code doesn't change. All you have to do is just replace this model. You might have to do some code to like update what the current, you know, because if the names of the animations in the model have changed, yeah. And this is kind of what I'm trying to make better at the moment. See, I don't see the need to support like loads of models, because you know, you can just I could say these are the animation names, use them, and then you can just rename whatever file and push it in there. So it's a bit like a modding thing, more than like having a button to click load custom model. But there's a reason for that, because there's so many limitations with these things, like the size. It can be too big, you can have too many animations in it and it just won't work. So, but anyway, we're going to make a couple of these, and like I said, these animations are now in there, right? Now I know it's a different model to this Sharona. Why is it walking like John Wayne? Is it because it was in the T pose and so it doesn't know to put its legs together? I have to make it a T pose with her feet together, otherwise she'll walk like John Wayne. Isn't that funny? I'm going to download it anyway. So yeah, single file. So all she does is dance, and there's only 6 of them. I might add some. Well, I think we're going to have another roll, aren't we? Yeah. Let's see if we can find a better one. Do you know what? I thought about this. It might be I'm going about it the wrong way. It might be that I've got to go into the data sets and look for the latest Sharona data set, because that's going to be like better quality, surely. Where is the latest Sharona? Okay, that's like V0. OG Sharona. Sharona style. That's the data set. Character V3. That's a load of Niji and all manner of stuff. Aha! Aha. These are pretty good. Let's see if we can find one. Ah, wait a minute. I wonder if Banana can figure that out. Get rid of that. Yeah, we can have multiple. Ooh, right. Okay. These are literally like... It's tough because she changes a lot. This is V4, not V5. I wonder where the V5 dataset is. I bet it's like in DJZ nodes or something. I'm just feeding it into stuff. Because we made another dataset since this one. Where is it? Well, that's classic. No hot folders. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum bum. Yes. Disabled? It's probably in there. No, I think I moved the media. So I did. Right. So we've got Fora in there. Sharona woman V5A. Oh boy. Why is there weird? Okay, that's weird. I've got a README and a metadata JSON in there for some reason. Okay, cool. So we've got even better images, maybe. That's a... yeah. The bangles are tiny, though. Are they even called? They're not even really bangles. Furry wristbands. Lol. Oh look, it's the same image, but not as good. Huh. It's almost identical. Well, it might actually be identical. Better safe than sorry. Spear doesn't fit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, make the woman with the white hair and the orange outfit into a T-pose. T-pose. But you want her feet evenly spaced though. T-pose with feet at shoulder width. See, now we're asking for too much. It's not going to let me have that. Do you know what? I don't... Just go. Whatever that is, it doesn't like it. Wait a minute, what? What do you mean? I had 500 credits yesterday. What are you talking about? Am I not logged in? I got to do all that again. Oh. I just did an internet. So you let me log into my account then? I never said sign out. Bastard. Gotta start again. Hey, hey, hey! Yeah, I don't care. You just screwed me over. Why have I got 500 credits if you don't take them? Hang on a sec. Right, 1. No. Yes. Right, put them in. Do it quicker. Yes, put that in, that'll do. Right. A woman with white hair wearing an orange outfit. An orange outfit. Wearing the orange outfit. Make the woman with white hair wearing into a T-pose with feet spaced at shoulder width. Literally asking for too much on a white background. Yep, let's try it again. That was funny. Oh dear. Deary. Wait, what? Space begins at the Carmen line. What's that? What is the Carmen line?
Hash the Carmen line airplane right arrow rocket. The asterisk caramel line asterisk
We got to get her to stop reading out asterisks and stuff.
in outer space, located at an altitude of asterisk 100 kilometers.
An altitude. Oh no, I said feet. It worked, but I said feet. So now I get feet. So what I should do is say shoes. That's really funny. She's got ninja toes. I saved it, don't worry. But that was good. So, yeah, she's still talking. Alright, you can start. Yeah, just keep dancing, Sharona. We'll get her some more dances. May as well, while we're looking at this, talk about this. Now, it probably deserves a little bit more, but we did show it off briefly yesterday. So this is the wave propagation display. It's running in real time with 5 waves. You can change all the frequencies if you want. You can do all these different types of wave now. We've fully developed it out. We'll be releasing soon. We also have the oscilloscope version, which is fun. And we've got a new interference mode, which we came up with based on the mosaic stuff we did the other day. Whatever. And it has a playground where you can add in all these different things with proper locations affecting it. So we've got 2, I think, triangle waves out around the sign here. And then if you want to see the full cognitive thing that we use for zero vector, you can just hit multi-wave and it'll put in a basic template. It doesn't have quite the right values. These values are not quite right. I have to tweak them, but it gives you all the waves that you get in zero vector 6. As you can see, it's nice because you can see it a little. You can kind of intuit what's going on a little bit better just by witnessing the high coherence warning and then also looking at these patterns. And you can instantly see that it's breathing in and out. You can even see it in and out. It's actually insane. But it's math. You know, it's just math and overlap and stuff. It's constructive and destructive waves. The idea was the playground would show you how that actually plays out with all the different wave types, and then you can adjust them. And there they are again. One of the most interesting things about it is how that plays out on the sphere. And then also, like, for example, if I went to the playground and I wanted to add in, let's just simplify this a bit for a second. So let's just simplify it. So delete all the waves. I'll just put a harmonic wave and a beat wave. So 1 Hertz and 2.1 Hertz, they're both signed. So if I look at that, you can see it's wobbling around quite nicely, right? If I go put noise in, let's put a noise down here, okay, and then maybe I want to put a square wave in, I'll put that up there, okay, and you can see the tone, right? You can see what it's doing. It's doing the thing, guys, and then you can see the tone is affecting the striping and the noising, which is super awesome. I couldn't have hoped for it to, look better. And like I said, I can even dump the readout, and that's what it looked like at that exact moment. Now, what am I on about putting a freaking square wave up here and a noise wave down here? What am I talking about? Well, if you look at the oscilloscope, you can see the noise wave and the square wave, right? And then if we go back to the 3D sphere, check it out. So you can actually, if I can position this correctly, obviously it's an infinite loop, but you can see that the square wave, look at it, going in, out, right? Go to the square wave, maybe pump the amplitude so it's a bit more obvious, maybe slow it down. Look, see how slow that square wave is moving now? You see that? And then obviously we can do similar stuff with the noise. Maybe I want to put the frequency up but the amplitude down. Yeah. And the neat thing is that these waves can be set up to represent what's going on inside the LLM. So you get a live You get a live readout of what it's actually doing. Okay, so obviously this is just 3 different waves all set up for whatever. That's the wave used by Zero Vector Hollow, Zero Vector 6. I think, like I said, these, I've adjusted them before. We did it yesterday to show the true pattern. But the thing to bear in mind is if you just watch it, every now and then, wait for it, there, the whole thing wobbles as one. If you just watch it, every now and then, there, you can just see the whole thing wobbles as one. If I could say what the hell, people are like, what the hell is coherence? Wait for it, there, that was coherence. Every now and then, the planets align and everything moves as one. And that is high coherence. I can't really describe it any other way than to try and build these visualizations. Now, of course, this is just a simulator running waves. It's not plugged into anything, but it uses the same variables and values, which is in use in 2 of my systems. Okay, so I mean, I think that the SDXL wave-based pipeline is using 6 harmonics, but I can't remember what the frequencies are. I'd have to check the notes. I'd have to ask the agent what the formula is. I'll be real, I don't know. It's a bit like, how do you set the amplitude? I just set the amplitude to 1 for the demo, but if I'm being honest, the phase and amplitude is actually set by a formula, so it's kind of like, or it can only be a representation until you actually plug it in. But I thought this would be a cool way to visualize what's going on anyway. Obviously, this is a more traditional type. This is what is used in the lab. This is a mosaic style, which I thought looks a little bit like RAM striping. It looks a little bit like when you load you remember downloading torrents? It reminds me a little bit of that kind of thing. But the nice thing is you can actually see it. So if I go and make a chirp right next to the source, it's not going to do anything. That's great. Just put some noise here. That'll do it every time. Like when 2 link, yeah, exactly. Coherence is achieved when they sync up for that one time. Yeah, you've got it, full dive. He just said, like when 2 blinking lights on different rates, but every few seconds they sync again. Yes, that's a nice little coherence thing. Interesting thing about this though is, like, you can see the noise having its effect, but then strong waves come through and just obliterate the noise. They don't care. See, that's a green wave. What is it? Green. That would be... Is that the chirp? I don't know, because the colors here are more saturated than what's in here. I deliberately made the colors less saturated because it was like, the first time it made this readout, it was like an epilepsy warning. So turning it into this nice, you know, like I could stand in front of this and just have it behind me, but it's got to be hooked up to an actual thing. So we're messing around with wave propagation. There's like destructive and constructive waves. That's what's trying to do here. Faster! There's your 10 waves. And like I said, you can obviously make this a little bit easier. If I just go persona, chirp, and noise. So persona and noise. That's all it is now. Persona at 2.4 hertz. Noise at 1.5. Let's change the frequency on the noise, change the amplitude, change the phase. It's not this isn't just nonsense. It's actually doing all of the propagation math. We've just come up with a funky way of visualizing it. That's all. But the math behind this is actually what it says it's doing. Wave interference, wave construction, destruction, and superposition is what's happening. So like, say I was to get, I don't know, a sawtooth. I have to put it in the playground. Put a sawtooth down there. Oh my god. Sawtooth is now in green. Let's turn his amplitude down because it's too strong. See? Amplitude, please. Right? Or maybe I want a higher frequency now. So it's like the representation of the shades, the colors, the blending, it's all being done in real time. I'm really happy with this because I didn't know if you could actually do it without it chugging out, and we have had the counter. It does occasionally dip below 60, but for in the browser it's not bad. I still appreciate this is a little bit abstract to look at, which is why we have the traditional oscilloscope, which everybody's, I hope, familiar with from... I mean, it's an oscilloscope, I don't know what to tell you. But the 3D wave is really what I was interested in, because I wanted to see it on mapped to a sphere. It's a little bit funny. The colours look a bit weird. I think I might have broken it, but yeah, look at this. What the heck? You see? What's going on? It's made some kind of strange configuration where we've got triangles. I mean, I appreciate it's the saw wave, right? It's the sawtooth. But what the heck? More amplitude. Wow. You see, you can really see that the sawtooth coming out. But it's like mapped to a Mobius strip, almost. I mean, I don't think it actually twists. I think it is just a ribbon. But I wanted to see what it looked like on ribbons, you know? Look at that go. Look at him go. That's your sawtooth. And more noise. Anyway, I have too much fun with this stuff. So anyway, that is my oscilloscope. I wanted to build all of these so that I can have a working project to make real-time visualizers for the thoughts and stuff. Because at the moment, you know, you get like a spinning, and in fact, this is kind of why we're working on what we're working on, the Bunraku. Okay, yeah, that looks good. That looks really good, actually. Her feet aren't. Her feet still quite far apart. Spaced at shoulder width. How about spaced with narrow gait? How about that? With narrow gait. I don't know if he's going to know what that means, but we're going to try it out. Meanwhile, we go back over here. John Wayne Sharona. Oh man, we're going to have to sort that out, aren't we? Alright, image to 3D. Image to 3D. Yes. I'm going to do Sharona V2 now. And get rid of that. We'll do a different one. We'll do... See? We had... Look. we have barefoot Sharona. But yeah, look. See? The star position wasn't good. We need to get those feet in. So let's try this one. We're cooking a V3, so if this one is no good, it's still fine. So 20 credits, put the T-pose on, nothing else we need to do yet. Oh, it actually did it. It did it. It put her feet nice and close together. All right. So narrow, by the way, guys, shoes spaced, at width. Shoes spaced with narrow gait worked. So that's impressive. Because like when you actually see those images all together, it's like the difference between that one and the last one. Hang on. Yeah, look. So we went from, that's the one that we've got in there now. Yeah. So this is the one we have right now. This is the one we made. Wait, what? Where's the one with the John Wayne? That's weird. It's not there. Oh well, looks like it was embarrassed and deleted the history. So we had one that was like John Wayne, was walking like a cowboy, and I said place the feet at shoulder width, and so we got actual feet, which maybe that's going to be useful though, you know. Maybe we'll do a barefoot, but yeah. So we've got this is at shoulder width, and then narrow gait, which is obviously an animation term, so that'll work nice, won't it? So we'll go like that. We'll have that one as well. Let's see how we're doing. So we've got a new one. feet are not as wide. I think we can do better. The V3 is going to be better, but I want to give it the full shout, you know, and see what it does. We still haven't gotten. They keep giving me free credits because I keep publishing stuff. Look, oh, it's gone now. It was giving you like extra credits for publishing things, and I was like, okay, have some free stuff then. And they gave me. She needs a cowboy hat. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Full dive. She definitely did need a cowboy hat. So you can have more programmatic behavior tree stuff going on when you have more animations. But the thing I like about this is you can have a real-time avatar doing a whole bunch of 3D stuff, and you can still... The app is AI. It's all AI. It's just you're not making video. You're just puppeteering 3D. Hence, Bunraku. Because it's like a puppet, right? We puppet the 3D with the AI interface. So I don't really control it. Like, I do have some control. Like, I can change the preset. I can kind of force what the camera is by default. But really, it's supposed to do it all by itself from chat response, you know? So that's the idea anyway. Let's just refresh it. Red Dead Redemption. Oh, yeah. Red Dead Redemption, yeah. Hey. So for some reason this one's called The Adventurers, but oh crap, I clicked the wrong button and I did a completely separate one by accident. That's my bad. But so which one is better though then? We've got a choice now. So we've got that one or that one. That one looks like a friendlier face, I guess, but her eyes, they're like SpongeBob when he's... What the hell? SpongeBob eating lemons, right? I swear I've seen that meme. What's going on with those eyes? We go back to the other one and it looks like a Warhammer 40k Sister of Battle, which is basically what her, you know, that's where you get the white bob. That's like a nicer face, but oh man, those eyes, something went wrong there. She's got like mouth for eyes or something. Oh dear. So I think we'll go with this one still. Okay, so yeah, texture it with the correct image. Yeah, texture, thank you. And then while he's doing that, make another one with the latest image with the feet even closer. Don't need to do anything, just yeah. I'm quite happy with how easy they've made it, you know. See, my angle here is we have had the tools to create original characters for a long time, and we've spent a long time making coherent original characters. We've got them, and we can turn them into 3D, and we can have that as a playable character in a video game, for example, right? Or in an app, like we're seeing here. But if it's so quick and easy to make these things with basic animations, it makes you think like the pipeline for creating NPCs in video games is going to be a lot smaller too. And you don't have to export to GLB, you can export to FBX, and FBX can be imported directly into Unreal Engine 5. So I'm getting ideas, guys, because there's stuff I know how to do that I haven't touched in since 2018, 2019. And I'm interested in seeing what a weekend blast project looks like. It probably won't be this weekend because Saturday's nearly over, but maybe next weekend we do a blast on Unreal Engine 5, which is taking advantage of all this stuff. I might spend the next week planning to cheat. You know, it's how you cheat, right? You do like a week of planning before your 2-day challenge, right? But then you prepare for a marathon. So is it really cheating? So Dragon's getting ideas for the dungeon crawler. Yeah, see, I did a lot of work on that kind of thing. I'd like to come up with something a little bit more quick turnaround, but we'll talk about that tonight after the show. We're only halfway through tonight, guys, so we're going to be carrying on. This is just coffee time. This is the coffee time break we're approaching. But I do want to... Wait. She got feet again. Oh, no, that's... Wow. Surprisingly good. When things come out looking like a Disney game from the late 90s, you have to wonder, is it time? So yeah, like I said, tonight after the show, we're going to be hanging out on the Discord. As long as the computers all stay online, we should be able to get some stuff done. I'm thinking about planning for the next weekend, but also just hanging out and looking at what people are doing. So, you know, that, I believe, would be coffee time. Come on, where is it? There it is. Take it away, Thora. Yo, don't worry, we're still on break. Don't panic. Don't run. Take your time with that fluid. Don't spill it. It's kind of crazy, guys. We got like... It's episode 300. It's on its way. It's insane. It's kind of crazy because, you know, it's almost 3 hours a day for a full year. Almost. A couple months late. A couple more months to go. Goals. It's not really a rush in the way I see it. It's not a rush. You know, take your time. Looking at previous projects I've done like this, it'll just sit there on YouTube forever. You know, which was the goal. That's the goal. But we'll see. We'll see. Coffee time, everybody. So obviously these videos were done with C-Dream 4 and C-Dance 1.0 Pro with the comfy API nodes. I think each clip is like... No, it's not. That's not true. It was $1.50 for 12 seconds, and these clips aren't 12 seconds long, so... Less expensive than you think. Fernicar says, I think it's a rush. The AI never sleeps, they say. Well, I would say when the hammer strikes hot, just keep going. I'm sure there are better ways of saying it. So, right. We're back. Oh my goodness, what is going on with all this Orbit Cam stuff? Well, it was just a prompt, not a LoRa, because you can't pre-train an API. But maybe one day we can, huh? Maybe one day. It won't be long. So let's jump back in. I'm back. Okay. Kill that. So then, where were we? So we've got a new model to skin. We've also got this one. Let's see how she animates before we carry on. Yeah, it looks okay. It's very good at getting it's very good at getting the joints. I'm gonna say I'm impressed. Okay. Oh my god, my stream is dead. Don't know what happened. What happened? The internet died. Apparently none of you lot exist anymore. Sorry guys. If you're watching later, you don't know what I'm on about. Something that happens when you do live shows is you'll have a bunch of people in the show and they're all still there, but it'll gaslight me and say everyone's gone, which is fun. I love it. I love it. It's some kind of glitch. And they're just like, yeah, no, there's no one there. And then there'll be people talking in the chat. And you'll be like, what the hell? So you start thinking, am I online? Is we even streaming? It's so distracting. So this is why I try to not even look at the stats a lot of the time. I try to just look at the chat, respond to you guys. Yeah, exactly. I can see. Thank you, Fernie. Yeah, I know you guys are still there. Says, no, we're not here. It's your imagination, says Dragging. You stream to no one. To be honest, I'd stream to one person. I do one-to-one coaching. That's what I actually do. You know, I don't really do big audiences like that. I don't, like I said, I think the largest stream I ever did was 1,000 people. And it was an absolute chaos. I'd rather pull my eyes out and do that. Dude, do you have any idea how schizo the chat is? You just can't respond to anybody. It's impossible. So I just lost interest. Because you end up annoying more people by not listening to them. Do you know what I mean? People really don't like it. I'd rather have 20 viewers. Because that's like a classroom size. That's what I'm used to. I'm not used to 5,000 people all typing memes. It's fun. It's fun. But it's not like, what are you doing? It's not really, you can't really do anything with that. Maybe moral grandstanding? I'd rather write a haiku with Sharona.
Autumn leaf descends, spiraling through crisp still air. Earth welcomes it home.
It was almost a haiku. Almost. So let's see what this one does with an animation. We'll just give it one animation. Because my plan is I'm going to pick the best 3D that we can get. I actually have another new one. I don't know if it'll be better, but the feet are closer together. So I think that looks pretty normal. It's really not. I think maybe I've messed up the bones on the elbows. Remember what I was saying about the elbows and the wrists? You know? So yeah, like I said, there's like a bit of experience. You've got to just get the hours in on this thing, in my opinion. It's not bad. I mean, because the thing is, I'm aiming for a video game model that needs to be about this size or smaller. So when you're say you're in a video game, you wouldn't even see that much detail anyway. So it's kind of like if it's of that standard, you might be able to. I think you can get away with a lot. Let's see how the animation works. Oh my god. Oh, it does not look. Oh. Sorry. So we've got another one. It's It's so close, guys. I do worry that it's because we've had a problem before where bits become part of the same thing if they're too close. All right, we're going to try it. We're going to try it. This is going to be interesting. This one looks promising, though. I don't know what's going on with this, but she does have some weird belt stuff going on, so. Texture it with the image. He says, can't you import a predefined movement? That's not what this platform is about. You can import... Right, let's just cover the basics real quick. So you can import an FBX or a GLB model. So you can bring in your own model, but only if it's less than 50 meg, which none of them are. They're always over 100 meg or something, right? So you can bring in your own model if you want, and it's a clean, optimized model, not some AI-generated nonsense, yeah? So you can bring in your own model, right? However, the animations come from their library. So what they're doing is they are using the normal bones, you know, it's just skeleton rigging. So you rig you generate your model, you rig your model, and then you bind to animation, and then you have the option to download with, because you can have external animations, you can have animation, because the thing is, at the moment I'm working on cooking a set bunch of animations into an avatar so that I can switch the avatar for different random groups of animations. At the moment I've got 6 animations, so if I say to her, tell me a joke, and it's funny how she always tells me the same joke as well. I gotta look at why that is. She's going to run when thinking, emote while talking, and then go back to dancing as soon as the joke's done. Yeah. Now, technically, if I say, that was funny, it might make her happy, and then she'll change her own camera angle to a close-up.
Open mouth smile. Would you like to hear another joke, or is there something else I can help you with?
Now, at the moment, the code actually supports moving the jaw and lip sync and stuff, but we don't have a model that can do that yet. So I'm trying to go back to basics and test everything else. Because I'll be honest, I don't have a model, but it doesn't matter. You can swap it out. You know, you can have any model and any animations in GLB. You got Open Router and Olama, so you want to do it all local. Free TTS, obviously we want to add more. We have an FPS monitor, so it does run well. And like I said, we got different, different studios. Classic Void is the normal, so she's just on a thing there. Preset, normally I set it up with default to dramatic, so she's just over there somewhere dancing away. And this is a combination of Throttle's project, which was a canvas where you could set camera angles and everything else. And then one of my chat projects. And what we did was we got the AI to orchestrate state management and decide what camera angles it wants. And then what I'm doing is I'm coming up with a system of animations so it's not just the same dance all the time. You know, my idea is get a better model and then duplicate that model, but wrap inside of it different groups of animations. So then the logic in the app is load the model and use one of the animations that's inside of it at random, right? That's the basic logic, super simple. And then if I want to do a different state, I actually load a different model, which is the same visually, exactly the same, but is packed with different animations. And then that way, if you have 5 states and you can do 14, that's like 5 times 14. It's way more than 20. You can't even get 20 in GLB. It's too big. It fails. You can't even download. Some problem with the website. Can't even download. Now, I know you can just go into 3ds Max, which you know what? 3ds Max 2018 is the last time I installed the 3D software, right? You can find videos on previous channels where I did 24-hour and 48-hour mesh streams that are sped up in hyperlapse. So you have like me editing a racetrack for 48 hours straight, right? Sped up. So I used to do stuff like that. way back in the day, yeah? So I'm no stranger. And I know you can just go in there and you can just add stuff, but that's no good if you don't have Blender, don't know what all the buttons are, don't have 3ds Max, right? No good. Oh, and also, just so you know, this is the irony of software, guys. So my 3ds Max 2018, fully paid, sorted, yeah? Guess what it doesn't have? GLB export. Pardon me, GLB export. It doesn't have it. So that means even though I've got the pro software, because it's so old now, I don't have that feature. So I'd have to buy it again. So I'm actually in the same boat as everybody else. You see what I mean? They've got me too. They saw me coming. So for 20 bucks a month, this is actually a pretty good deal because it's doing our text to 3D, it's doing our image to 3D texturing, and it's rigging our animations. Now, when you want to talk about custom animations, that's more advanced. So you'd be loading whatever you have into that software, and then you'd be doing it manually. So you wouldn't necessarily need this as much, right? But if you're like, I just want a 3D model to go in my thing, that is totally doable. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. Oh yeah, you wanted to see the texture? Come on, let's see it. No. Show me the actual texture. Oh, Dragon, do you like the AI texture? Should we play Find the Face? Right, where's the face? Can you see can you find it? I think that's an eye. I think there's an eye there. I'm trying to find. Oh wait, there's a nose. There's another eye and a nose and a mouth upside down. So that's a face. Do you know what it looks like? It looks like a shredded carrier bag. It looks like a shredded carrier bag. You know, when people like make recycled stuff out of old carrier bags. That's not a canonical. Yeah, that's not a canonical UV. No, this is an AI unwrap. So if you want to look, there's the roughness, there's the metallic, and that's the normal. That's how AI does it, man. They're just different. So let's have a look at the actual model. Oh my God, look at that. I mean, look. I mean, the joke is I've seen worse. Oh my God, she's got the eyes again. The eyelashes have become a 3D model. It's crazy. Whatever, dude. Let's see if it actually can mesh, because, you know, the big problem... Oh, well, hang on. Let's try it. Cute girl face. Cute girl face. No. Yeah, we're better off with what it gave us. That just did not work. It was totally bad and stuff. Yeah, I don't use that. Alright, let's see if she can animate. I feel like the last one might have actually been a little bit better. Maybe the feet are too close together now, you know? We'll soon find out, because when we try to animate her, her geometry might just, like, morph. Her knees are really weird as well. They like come in. Like, what's going on? Why are your knees so weird? It looks a bit weird, like shoulders are too high. Don't know. It just looks a bit weird. Oh yeah, look, it is offering to pay me. Look, published to community for another 50. I've only ever spent 30, and I've made loads of stuff. They keep paying me. See, I could give it away. It's not even finished. And you can have the public source Sharona, who's got the weird Disney face. And the big shoulders. It's like she's wearing shoulder pads. It's funny. It just comes with one animation. Hell yeah, I get my 50 bits back. Yeah, sure, you can have it. It's Sharona again. Sharona... No, oh, okay. Sharona V... Can I do that? No? Okay. Sharona V1, I think she was. Or maybe 2. I don't know. Something. Yeah. Take it. Open source it. Get 50 credits. Oh, I'm going to use this a lot, by the way. So, surely this is only just the once. Surely this is like you get it once and not every time. That would be stupid. Because I could just continuously churn out more stuff. Whatever, man. I'm not going to complain about it. Surely this is a glitch. God knows. Maybe I've already been banned. My God, man, how long does it take to publish? I might have to open another tab so I can keep working for this stuff while it's trying to figure out what the hell it's doing. Yeah. Upgrade? You gotta be kidding me. Right, there she is. Feet close together. Ah, see? Wow. That's what happens when it gets too close together. It doesn't understand that the polys are different, right? There's a freaking thing you don't want to see when you've been drinking a lot of beer. Wow. Reality bending. So it looks all right from behind. But from the side, stuff's not quite right. But then again, oh my God, you turn this into a feature. Watch, she's just running really fast. I wonder what would happen if you made her do the acrobatics. Here we go. What's going to happen when you make her do the 360 power spin? It's going to look weird. Tied her shoelaces together. It's definitely something. See, I reckon we can do better just by finding, just by creating better images. So it looks like this is the best one so far. Whoops. Is that all you can do? Whoops. I went to the wrong thing. What? What's going on with the... Do you know what? It actually... I don't know. Do you know what's weird? It kind of makes it look a bit dynamic. Imagine if you just put some motion blur on it. Just hide it with motion blur. Don't worry. No one will know. Who's going to know? I'm going to download it anyway just because it's funny. But I tell you what, though, no, we need to do it again. We need to do it again. We need to do it again with the clean version. This one looks like the best one so far. Doesn't quite walk like John Wayne. It's going to be a T-pose. It's going to be a Sharona V2. Unless I already did V2. I think I did 0, 1, and 2. I'll call it 2B. Yes! Alright. Whoop. Whoop. Look at this, still doing it. I think it must be that I've already had the 50 and they don't do multiples. I don't, I just don't care about that anymore. Right. So basically, this is my model. I'm going to do image to it, put the texture on it. We'll have a nice mesh, hopefully. And we'll go with that one. I do wonder though, what about more extreme renditions of Thora, Sharona even? Because this is like a tight data set. But we did like a bunch of stuff with watercolors and whatnot. So I just see if I can remember where they are. Bum, ba, bum, ba, ba. Maybe I could use an auxiliary brain. Aha. What's this? Sharona. What's this? What's that? What is that? Can't find it. It's gone. That was good, wasn't it? That was a good idea. No. It is actually useful. But I've moved it, so I've got a chance. So Sea Dream, Sharona Glass Coffee. I know about that. Sharona Scene E&H Up Native. Ah, that's also Sea Dream. And that's also Sea Dream. Sea Dream Sharona Minify. Interesting. So it's in Sea Dream 4 Sharonas. Okay. Output Gallery 1, Output Gallery Sea Dream 4. Whoa, Sharona V6, squeeze me. Open that up. What's this? Why can't I see anything? God damn it. Wake up. Uh-huh. Oh, really? Don't tell me we never trained it yet. Oh, shit. Okay, so I get it. I need to do the curations. Make it bigger. She's more Hyborian-esque. Hyborianus. Alright, take that one. Oh, that's a weird leg situation. Weird shoes situation. Shit, it's a T-pose. Where's my banana? Banana. Oh, come on. My big images were too girthy for this service. So that means we got to do a side quest. Wait a minute. Didn't I make an app for this? I did make an app for this. Right. It's going to be megapixel magic. Megapixel magic. Which is at megapixelmagic.originai.com. Right, okay, cool. So we're going to drag an image there. And another one. Why is she holding... Whatever, man. One more. Yeah, it's either that one or... I think that works. Okay. And then I'm going to do a 2 megapixel target. And we'll leave it. Yeah. And we want 64 because... Yeah. Where did it save them though? Just here. Okay. Banana. Can have 8 images apparently. I'll take it. Right. Make this character the woman with white hair and striking orange fur skin outfit into a T-pose with shoes at shoulder, spaced evenly with shoulders on a white background. Go. I can't believe it's only 2 credits. I mean, look, all the work is finding the right bloody images, but... Does it have some kind of editing tool to fix the feet? Yeah, of course. I'm just trying to make one shot. Clean one shot. Fernie says Iori Yagami has a belt tied like that. Interesting. So that's how you prevent zombie apocalypse. Just tie people's shoes together when you bury them. Simple solutions for simple problems, eh, Dragon? Throttle says, howdy, just grabbing drink and popcorn. Full Dive says, doesn't know how to make it. And then Fernie says, this time is not going to be cars. What will ban? We'll all be walking. See, I always joke they probably would have banned cars already if they could figure out where to get the money from. You know, all the money that they get from cars, like taxes, all this. There's so much money comes from cars. So it's like, until they can figure out where they're going to get the money, they're going to allow it. That's why you still have cigarettes. They haven't figured out where they're going to get the money. So they kind of just allow it. Is this like uploading all of my... Yeah, I think it had to upload all of my images. Ah, not bad. So which image did it ape? It aped that image. So we're going to delete, right, download it, delete it, and do it again. They'll ban tyres, so no more vehicles. No, Throttle, don't worry. They'll never ban vehicles. You just won't be able to own a car. There's a difference. Because there'll still be trucks to move stuff around, you know? But that's different. It'll be like a difference between commercial use and private use. I'll give you an example. You can buy a boat, but you can't... Well, you can buy a ferry, but it'd be like millions. It would be millions. You see what I mean? So it's not like you can't buy one. You could buy a car ferry, you know, like a P&O car ferry, right? No point, but you could. But they're like super expensive. So it's like, you know, just make it expensive. You know, the dial is cost, right? So they just twiddle the dial and then it's too expensive. You can't buy it anymore. Yeah, you get a rubber license because you're essential. Sound familiar? You're essential. In other words, you have the government contract. Man, look how long it takes because it actually uploads the image every time. Oh, these are big images, guys. Rubber license, indeed. So we obviously took some of these pictures from the Sharona V6, which needs to be trained. We're going to be back on the training again soon. I'm just waiting to see if a fancy new image model doesn't appear out of thin air, which often happens. Okay, that's nice, but she hasn't got her feet spaced evenly. And I think the reason is because we've got a couple of images where she's got like a wide stance. So I'm going to get rid of that one next and try again. They should just ban holidays abroad. Yeah, the trouble is that I know people say that, but even if you stopped all the planes, it's not a big enough impact. The only, like, look at the boats. There's your... How much pollution does a lorry, like an articulated truck, you know, a big trailer truck, how much does that put out? And now imagine a long distance ferry from China. And then remember the fact that they only use diesel on the way in and out of the port. They use like the dirtiest oil you can imagine when they're actually at sea. It's called like bunker oil or something. So they run on bunker oil, which is basically just tar. They just run on tar when they're on the ocean. And it's real slow. Weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of just burning ridiculous amounts of fuel. It's like if you actually compare it, you know, to like a passenger car, you know, you're talking like thousands of passenger cars for a whole year. You know, now you're getting close to what one of those boats is using. So the whole thing is totally ridiculous, because if it's so bad that you can't, you know, you're not allowed to own a car, etc., right? If it is really that bad, then how's that allowed? There's a lot of contradiction when you see the numbers. That's all I'm saying. No, I don't misunderstand at all. No, I don't. When you do the math doesn't math. The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing, guys. Newton's got a little bit to say here. He says there's always loss, and none of them get it. So, you know, until they start actually like doing thermodynamic law in their calculation, I'm not even interested in what their predictions are. What is it? The guy that tells you the weather, he's trying to tell you what the weather is tomorrow. He gets it wrong. He's trying to tell you what it's going to be in 100 years. I'm listening to that guy. Yeah, I think I'll wait for AI to actually do it proper, and then we'll have a proper prediction. Until then, it's just... Come on, man. What are we even talking about? I think we need to get rid of the spears now. Or, how about we edit this image in a different banana? Oi! Duplicate. Put that there, and I'm going to remove the spear. Remove the spear to create a clean character T-pose reference. Place her shoes at shoulder width apart. There we go. Yeah, I think somebody said to me, you know, if you I'm gonna make it nice for YouTube. If I was to tip a pint of boiling water into the Pacific Ocean, would it get warmer? I'm just going to leave that there. Oh, yeah, look at that. So now we want to remove the dagger. Yes. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're cleaning it up. Remove the dagger. Remove the dagger. The feet aren't... Okay, so we might have to do that separate. Yeah. One thing at a time. Remove the dagger. Because she does actually have one. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah. Oh, but actually, yes. Dragon saying planes is the tip of the iceberg. I do agree with that. It is the tip of the iceberg. It really is. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. See, there was a time when they wanted people to just buy planes. They were like, everybody should just buy planes and fly. What happened to that? Too expensive. Yeah, that's what happened to that. But there was a time when everyone was like, oh yeah, everyone will just be flying planes because you can just buy planes, you can just fly planes, right? What happened to that? They don't want anyone up there. They don't want anyone up there. Too many people crash, I guess. Too dangerous. Okay. That'd be really funny. They invent the flying car with no wings and no props and all. It's just like Blade Runner and they make it illegal. Too dangerous. Too dangerous. Can't get insurance. Illegal. So what we're going to do, we've got ourselves our daggerless broad. So now what we need to do is get those feet spaced together so she doesn't work. Oh, I just uploaded everything. Okay, so we need to get those feet spaced apart now. Yeah, get those feet spaced correctly. So how about space the legs at shoulder width apart, at shoulder width. I do, yes, I mean meaningful heat difference, yes. Yes, exactly, meaningful heat difference, yes. Because obviously you could measure it and you could find that it's getting warmer, but it dissipates instantly because of the volume involved. That's all I was alluding to. So, no, it did not. Okay, how about this? Change the stance to make her shoes closer together. Man, this is such experimentational stuff. He should be able to do it, but it's kind of like just figuring out, you're playing a game of what's the words he wants. I could just say, make her shoes close together as well. I could just say, make her shoes closer together. Ah, it's too close. Here you go, make her shoes closer together. That's too close. Closer, closer, closer. Further apart. God damn it. It's awesome. It's using virtually nothing though. I had 502 credits when we started, I think. Oh, don't worry, it doesn't. It doesn't make a meaningful difference, Dragon. It doesn't. I agree. It doesn't. She might not like it, but it doesn't make a meaningful difference. Unless you've been like, I suppose it depends what you feed and feed your dog. Okay. It's not doing it. All right, make her shoes close together. See, narrow width apart worked. See, now we got a John Wayne problem, guys. I could probably just give a reference of what I want it to be like and say make the pose like image 2. Let's try that. Oh, damn it. 1 foot behind the other. Crap. All right. Yeah, I think we ended up with that one was the good spacing. Well, not that one. That one was good spacing. So I think make the girl in image 2 follow the pose of the girl in image 2. What? Make the girl in image 2. Make the girl in image 1, I meant to say that. Make the girl in image 1. This might not work. It's a context prompt, not a banana prompt. So... I might need to use numbers, not words. You're funny, dragon. Damn it. Didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. Okay. Change the pose. Change the pose of the girl in image 1 to match the pose of the girl in image 2. Because it would be cool to get this version if we could. I think the original version might look better in CGI, but you know, what are we talking about? Look better? Better than what? We did it, but now her arms are in an A pose. And that's actually not the right girl. That's just this one. Damn it. It just, you know what I mean? It made an A pose, not a T pose. And that's even worse because it makes these two bits blend together, which is way worse than those two blending together. So it actually... I wonder if I put it the other way around. Yeah. Change the pose of the girl in image 2 to match of image 1. Maybe there's like do they have prompt examples that can show me what they want me to do with this? Because I got a feeling like it can do it. But what? Yeah, it's blending them. It's blending them. Okay, so no, it can't do that. All right, fine. It can't do that. Shame. All right. I just need to make her feet a bit narrower, that's all. Nightmare. Change to T-pose. Maybe I just need to keep spinning change to T-pose. You know? Until eventually it gets it right. It's not as precise as I would like it to be, but... Yeah, you see, the thing about consumption we were talking about earlier, Dragon, the math doesn't math because of luxury consumption. It kind of proves there's no scarcity, actually. Why are there 1,000 different types of iPhone that come out every year from different companies? If there was a scarcity and rare earth was so rare, that wouldn't be possible. Just saying. Ask an AI how this can be true. It's a blatant contradiction. It's like, doesn't work. Either it is or it isn't. So that means it's not. Somebody said to me, if there's one lie, if you can prove one lie, it's all lies. So I just try to keep that in mind. Do you know what? It's just not doing the pose, is it? Okay. Move the shoes to shoulder width. See, that worked when we were making the image, but it doesn't work when you're editing the image. It's incroyable. When I go to showcase, I want to see some cool instructions, and I don't. Fuck. Let's check out the banana fac. Am I already on it? No. There's no banana fac? Huh? Don't tell me it's a vibe-coded website with features that don't exist. That's not, how could it be? That doesn't make sense. Showcase gallery. Right, hang on. Wait. It's like one of the readmes on my GitHub. Look, there are websites that don't go anywhere. Features doesn't go anywhere. Fact doesn't go anywhere. Oh, API goes somewhere, but it does. But it's not real though. It's not real. No. Ah, here's the FAQ. The FAQ is actually on the payment page. Classic vibe codes. I wonder if you can see. This should be. I wonder. Can you see? Local storage. Yep. That means no S3 bill. Smart. Why are we like... Oh my god. Everything's written on one line, guys. What could it mean? Everything. The whole website's written on one line. What could it be? Clearly, it's just a developer who likes inline HTML. Clearly. This means nothing. Moving on. Look, I'm all for it, guys. I encourage people to use the vibe codes. But it is interesting to, you know, point out when you find it. Yeah. Did we manage to get our shoulder width? No? Can't do it. Deal breaker. Alright, so how about shoes spaced evenly? Shoes spaced evenly. I'm just going to have to go again from here and hope that I get one. There, might have to get rid of this wide stance. Yeah. It's funny, I end up just removing samples because they're like a bad example. Even though it's good, it's a good image, but it's a bad example for what we're doing. You get stuck with your feet wide apart. It's always in the last 10 minutes of the show, guys. Always in the last 10 minutes when stuff just goes off the rails. It's kind of funny. I just kind of look forward to it, like what's it going to be this time? Okay, that looks pretty good. So we'll do the texture for that one. And hopefully her eyeball lips, her eyelid lips won't be too obvious. Have you tried using walking woman animation? Yeah, we've done loads. Yeah, of course we have. Of course. I mean, look. She's dancing, bruh. But that's an early version to prove the pipeline works, see? So I'm going to say, how are you feeling? She's got no programming for persona or anything. She's going to think about it, and then she'll start talking.
As an AI, I don't have feelings, but I'm here and ready to assist you.
Uh,
How can I help you today?
and then she'll start vibing again. So I want to give her more dances, but I don't want to bother with that until we've got a better model. This was purely to prove that it can do it and it works, which it does. So now, and obviously you have scene controls, camera controls, but it basically is a state engine using Olama, whatever model you want, with free TTS to give you this. So obviously it's like, oh, well, I don't know what model you want to use, but I'm going to use Sharona to demo this. And so obviously if I've got this... Wait a minute. Where's the texture job? Didn't I already click that? And what? Nothing happened or something? What? Sketchy. Oh, it's there. See what I mean? Why did it do that? Just to waste my credits, I guess. Wow. That's actually remarkable for the quality that we've been getting so far. I know it's not perfect, but you should see some of the horror shows that we've had. Okay. It's kind of blue instead of black. But I think that might be like... Yeah, it's a lighting thing. Wow, this isn't like super glassy for some reason. Like normally everything looks like it's been melted in a fire. Wow, that one's actually really good. Shit. But it's not watercolor. Anyway. Oh, wait a minute. What if I took this image and did image to image and then did the texture? So don't do the model again. Just turn that into watercolor style. And then use that to do the texture. If it fits, it should work. And then you have a watercolor style texture on the same mesh. We're going to be doing it. We've got another one because I asked her to. But I like this one. This one's very clean. Oh, except for that finger. She's got something coming off one of her thumbs. But, you know, I'm nitpicking. Even the back is good, guys, you know. Like, this used to be the bit was a big deal breaker. So let's have a look at this one. See what I mean with the faces? The faces are kind of hit and miss because it misinterprets the hair as part of the face and stuff. And it kind of gets a bit messed up with what the hell going on with eyes and stuff. The face close-ups are a little bit brutal, but I wouldn't really want them for that. I would make a different model for a face close-up and swap it out, you know, in a game or whatever. I'd be making them for this sort of size. You know, I want a character to be this big in a game or smaller even. And just have it running about doing stuff. Jumping about and whatnot. Let's play Find a Face. I think that's lips. There's lips there and a chin. Can anybody see the eyes? I can't see him though. Oh wait, is that an eye? Is that an eye? Dude, it's like Where's Waldo? Zanelli says, I thought you were still trying to get the feet together. You had to go out and it seemed like you were still at that. Oh yeah, Zanelli, yeah, I think you just walked in while we were messing around with because the pipeline is get your artwork, throw it into Banana, do an IP adapter on your character to get the pose. And then we were like, oh, the feet are too wide because when you put her pose in like this, she walks like John Wayne. So you need to get the you know, you need to get those feet narrower. So let's get rid of that wide pose there. Because, I mean, it's good. This is a really good T-pose. This is a really nice T-pose image to use as a base. The problem is her feet are way too wide. And so when she walks, she'll be like a cowboy. What? She'll be like walking like she's just got off a horse. And I suppose she does ride a horse-like thing in this story, but that's not what we're trying to... and obviously we used a bit of megapixel magic to you know, make sure these can actually go in Banana, because it turns out our work is now too big. 4K by 2K, or 5K by 2K is too big to go into. The other eye was near the blonde hair. Thank you, Fernie. Yeah, it's always fun to try and figure out where the features are. AI texture sheets are crazy. Okay. So that one or that one? I think that one's got a better face. This one looks more like my character, but it looks like hella eyeshadow. And then this one is way more cartoonish and has the thumb problem. This also, that's a mesh issue though. I'd have to re-roll the mesh. So I'm not too fussed about that. I think that one just generally looks better. I mean, this one looks like my character a bit, but when you zoom in on it, I'm not sure if that's good. I mean, that's not really any... no, to be honest, that is better. It's truer to the original. That just kind of looks like Pixar. So actually, I think we're going to go with this one. For better or worse. It's time to rig. So let's see, it's already in the middle. What the? Stop lagging. I don't know. I'll get better at that, I'm sure. Yeah, this is like a V3 or a V4 avatar at this point. I just want to see what it looks like versus the other ones. We've built a whole bunch of them, really. Let's see. That's the one that's currently in the app. That's the prototype V0. We made V1 that was like John Wayne. We made V2, which was like... I think it had a different issue. We made this one that was too close, and her feet were like actually attached. Like the inner sides of each leg were actually like the same. So they were like morphing around. And then we've come back to this, and then while I'm doing that, I'm trying to make... Aha! Okay. And then we go into this one, we get rid of this one, we put that one there. The feet are good now. That's a good spacing. So if I just remove the spear... that should give us a sort of high collar watercolor style. Sweet. And it is almost time for me to go and eat something. But don't forget, we're going to be doing the after show. Saturday is the, you know, I want to do the after show every Saturday, regardless, you know. Wait, where did she get? Ah, she's got her gold dagger back. Right, we need to download that. And we need to get rid of the dagger. Oh, it's getting chilly here now. It's getting chilly here, late. Remove the dagger. Okay. Because I want to see what a cartoon version looks like when we switch it over to the 3D, right? Because it might look better. You know, it might look better than what we've got. This is partly exploration, you know, because I've got it working. It works, right? Now it's like, can we improve it cleverly with a little bit of effort here and there? I think I've got a solution for adding way more animations. So now I'm like, well, if I'm going to make the effort to do all of that, let's see if we can make a better model first, you know? Like now it's worth putting the energy into a higher quality model. And then obviously when you get to the end of implementing the animation system, you can put more energy into making an even better model. But it's almost like there's no justification for putting all that effort if it doesn't even bloody work. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Can we see the full size? Again, with the size of the face. Zoom in on the woman. No. How do I do this? I wanted to enlarge her in the frame. I might just do it myself, guys. Anyway. You know, just try to maximize her in the frame. Zoom in to remove the white space surrounding the subject. Show full body portrait in T-pose. I gotta give it a try. I gotta try it. Wait a minute. We got to download that and kill that and put the new one in there first. I just want to see if it can just reframe it. Or wait, I should say to reframe. Reframe the subject. Probably not going to work. It's worth a shot. Meanwhile, back in... Oh, it failed? Someone report these guys. So, let me see. That was the one. No, it was that one. That one. Alright, let's try it again. Leave it alone. Try again. Oh no, sad face. It's not what you want when literally the show's over. You know, show's over, rigging failed. No. I didn't do anything. I didn't really do anything. I'll take it anyway, but I don't think it really did anything. I think maybe it like redrew it a little bit, so like the face is a little bit better now, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Strange. Kind of strange. 90%. I don't want it to crash out, so I'm just waiting. Oh yeah, the new printer I bought, I just realized the other day, it uses, this is amazing, I'd never realized, okay, until so, it's USB-C, but it uses the old big brick, you know, like the USB Type A, so it has USB 1 Type A at one end, like, what? And then at the other end, it has USB-C. And I'm like, what the hell? Because my computers don't even have USB-C ports. You know, if you had a computer that was like, even one that was bought this year, didn't come with them. Oh, hello. We got walking. Her hands look a little bit Gollum-esque. You see what I mean? What's going on with this forearm? Her hands look a bit weird. Is it the elbow is too high up the forearm? I think it is. I think the elbow is too high up the forearm. That's point number one. And then number two, I don't know. I think the wrist is actually in the right place. It's just that elbow. It looks really weird. Oh, I'll just get the right cable, Fernie. It has the flattest face ever, yeah. That's not a bad face for this platform. I've seen much worse. And like if you're back here, that's actually acceptable. It's just getting the joints in the right place. She's walking like a goblin. The legs are okay. Legs are fine. But the arms, there's something freakish. I think the shoulders need to come out. And I think that the elbows were too close. So let's see. Is it this girl here? Yeah, it's that one. So we'll do it again. And it's going to be... That's fine. Right. So move the elbows down a bit. Hopefully that's not too far. Wrist there. I think I had the shoulders maybe too far low, like too low. So I'm going to try putting them up here. Whoops. Try putting the shoulders up there. Change the render setting to stop seeing the specular so high. Yeah, true. We only have the two. It's alright. I'm not too fussed. So we're going to do another rig and see if we can improve on that. Look at those hands. He looks like Wolverine with those fingers. Do you know what I mean? Should really make a ball your fists when you're running. Like, that looks weird. Yeah, look at those elbows. Oh my god. Yeah, the elbow is in the wrong place. Running like Kermit the Frog. Oh dear. It's too much fun. Shouldn't be allowed. It probably will be banned. Give it a couple of years. Right. Freddy Krueger Sharona, says Dragon. Indeed. Indeedy diddly dee. Indiddly dee. Don't fail, please. Yay. And we go to added, we go to running. We look at the new one. Still looks like the elbow's in the wrong place to me. Look at this. See how weird that looks? It's so weird. Like, the legs are fine. It's all the arms. The arms are weird. Totally weird. It looks to me like, I don't know, like the wrists aren't as bad now, but the elbows are still completely scuffed. What is going on with this dysgenic elbow? Oh no! It's dislocated in all the wrong places, guys. I don't think she's going to survive. Oh well. It's like weird. It's like an elbow that bends both ways. You know what I mean? It's almost like it bends backwards a bit. kind of does. Yeah, so we need to figure out where the best position for the elbow is going to be. It makes you wonder if maybe actually the A pose is the right way to go. I don't know. I do think T pose is right, but these animations aren't quite pointing correct. Oh my god. See, look, I'd rather say it was me and I put the thing in the wrong place. But this is a weird one. Because we've got a bunch of them now and they're all kind of derpy. Have you ever seen the Aliens? Yeah, the Aliens animation. Turn off symmetry when doing the elbows. Ah, yeah, good idea, Throttle. That's a good point. That is a good point. Turn the symmetry off when you're rigging up the character. Good idea. Good idea. Okay, in we go. Yes, turn the symmetry off. In fact, hang on, I got a better idea. So I'll put the chin, I'll put the belt. Oh, hang on a minute. Put the belt up a bit. That's not the groin. Okay. But that's not the groin either. So how about we take that out into the top there? Take that there, put that there, put that there, and then take the symmetry off. Right. I just think that I'm not putting it in the right place, full stop. Like, that is where I think the elbow is. That is where I think the elbow is. Maybe a bit further, actually. Maybe it's like there. It's hard because she's got the bangles. It's like you got to imagine it's actually in there somewhere. Knees. Belly button point is mislabeled. Yeah, it should be the belly button, like you say. Yeah, it's probably a little bit lower, just slightly hidden by the belt buckle. I mean, that's basically symmetrical. It's like very slightly off. Oh my god, I got a present. What does it mean? Oh my god. I created a model with a private license. What? What? Oh, you have to actually pick private license. Yeah. Whatever, mush. Whatever, mush. Looks good. Boom. I'll miss the radio when it goes down. We'll have to immediately fix it and abandon all hope. You know? Don't I have like... Yeah, I've got like a new sick image to try. So we're going to ditch all of this anyway. But I think it's experience. If you don't have a project, you can't rack up experience. You don't get experience, you can't make mistakes. You don't make mistakes, you can't fix them. And that's big, you know, that's skill building. So just got to bite it, chew it, and see what is worth swallowing. You always aim for the hip line, not the belly. Cool. I mean, it actually says groin on the button, which is what we were talking about. But, you know, groin isn't hip line or belly button, is it? Groin is groin. It seems to work, though. I think we cracked it. Maybe. Let's see. That's not too bad. She's still got a bit of a weirdness going on, but that's the best one so far, I think. Yeah, the shoulders look good. I mean, it looks a bit weird. She's got a bit of a weird strut to her, but that's okay. So if I just go and check the running animation. .360 power jump. I'll make this one all the combat stuff. That's kind of tough, actually. How do you duplicate the model? You can't. You have to make another one, which will have a different rigging. Oh, man. These guys, I hate them. So I've just realized you can't do one of the ideas I was thinking about, because when you add the animations, it adds them. Now they've added. You can't remove them. You have to make another model and then add new animations. So funny. We're just going to end up opening it up in a proper tool in the end, okay? I think it's inevitable. Maybe if I complain at them enough. Maybe if I complain, I'll say, listen, this animation thing you have is sketchy. It's sketchy as hell. It doesn't really work. Ah, see, this is why they don't care. You just send to Blender, mate. You just get a plugin and send it to Blender. Oh, okay. There it is. You don't look, it's built in. They've already got it. Send to Unreal, send to Blender, send to 3ds Max. More than a Blender plugin, mate. Godot, Unity, Unreal, Maya, 3ds Max. Way more than just a Blender project. I mean, just a Blender plugin. They got 6 plugins for all of the top options. Yeah, exactly. You can delete animations from a model. Yeah, I know, Zanelli. I know. But you know what happens? It corrupts the model. That's what we were talking about. See, you weren't here. So if you say I add angry gesture, okay, and I download this model, it will come with 360 power jump, agreed gesture, walking and running, okay? And if you then say, oh, actually, I don't want 360 power spin, yeah? When I delete this, and then when I download it, now the model names don't match up to, sorry, the animation names don't match up to what's built in. And my theory is that there's because I've noticed it doesn't use a list, it uses a clip directory or dictionary of some kind. And so what I think happens is it makes the thing as you add them, but when you delete them, it doesn't fix it. So then you end up with a mismatch, like the array of names is misaligned to what's actually in the model. So then it'll tell you, oh, I have these animations. But when you actually run that animation, it plays something completely different. And the reason is because some of the list entries were removed and it didn't update the manifest in the file. Look at your DM. Well, yeah, like I said, we'll chat about it after the show. We're about to finish up. I'm trying to wrap things up and I got 3 people sending me like constant. I appreciate it, guys, but we're winding down now. So let's just preview this spin. I want to go home and eat my dinner. She looks a little bit better. Still a bit hunchbacked though for some reason. Still looks a bit weird. Her shoulders are still a bit up, you know, puffy. The shoulders are still a bit puffy, if that makes sense. But that's not bad. That is actually pretty sweet. But yeah, like I said, there's no point putting loads of animations because, yeah, it's really, you need to send it to pipeline, you know, and then I guess we can just choose in the in Blender or whatever it is that you use which animations we actually want to use. It's probably going to be Blender, guys. I can't be bothered to spend more money on, do you know what I mean? It's probably going to be Blender. So agree gesture has been added. And then if I, like I said, if I remove that one, technically I just broke it. This is why I don't like it. See, maybe when we do send to Blender, we'll be able to see what's broken and fix it. That's what yeah, it is a weird bug. It happened last night and it caused so much confusion. But in the end, I like tested and proved in the app that it wasn't the app code. It was just anyway. I think you can see that the quality is up. You know, you got better quality on the avatar, better animations, etc., etc. So yeah, work in progress. We're still doing it. I think this is a really cool idea. Obviously, you know, there's so many 3D models out there. It's like not just limited to one character, obviously. But the thing is that it takes the resource off of generation. So you're not doing like a live avatar generation, which has got crappy frame rate. You can do a high quality 3D model with a bunch of custom animations and have that be driven. Which is a lot more like what they did with Grok, the Grok chat interface. The difference is that ours is running on Olama with all local everything. Okay. Let's put her back under a spotlight. There we go. And obviously that's an early model, so the new model should be better. Isn't it funny how this one rigged better than this one somehow? It's alright though. It's alright. Basically, you just can't, you know, you'd be lucky to do it in one shot. It's possible, because it's AI. You know, the first one you get might be the one you want to keep. But I think, like with most AI stuff, it's an iterative process, and you're going to be, you know, sculpting. So you're going to be sculpting. So yeah, the concept I'm trying to get to here is I'm trying to get animations in for different states, and then I can do the next app update. But that's okay. Like I said, it's nice to be not just constantly coding. I don't know if you noticed, we didn't write a single line of code tonight. Isn't that crazy? Yep. We had all these VS codes, we didn't even look at them once, I don't think. I think I like showed you my other thing quick, but this is what it's all been about tonight. Because I think puppeteering of 3D models with AI is definitely something that works well. It's so funny though. We need to solve the bones because, you know, we're using a default rig and we've kind of just mapped her to it. And so look, it's terrible. She doesn't have textures where you can't see. It's really funny. But it's kind of like, how is it this good when it's not, you know, it's like, it's because it was done like automatic. Awesome. All right. That's enough with disappearing. Thank you all for watching tonight's show. We'll be in the Discord hanging out if you want to join us. If not, then I guess I'll see you tomorrow. But until then, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Alex, the vessel, your eminence deal.
It never needs to got to do things that these people that I can't.